I'm using a new camera. It's a handheld camera with a boom mic on it. So I have no idea if this is even working. So we're going to give it a shot, see what happens. I want to talk about I don't even know, 2019, maybe before, probably 2018, 2019, somewhere in there, 6-7 years ago. I have a thing on my website called Operation Safe Space. And the gist of it was to have points of contact in various regions around the U.S. that are willing to be contacted by and meet with others in their local area interested in getting together and coming up with some sort of plan if things go sideways. And my involvement pretty much stops at the point of contact. Once someone says, yeah, I live in the Birmingham, Alabama area, and I'm willing. On the website, I just put up like Birmingham, Alabama, and their email address, and that's it. I'm done. From that point on, if anybody contacts that individual, and what they do and how they decide to proceed from that point on is entirely up to them. You know, they can just get together every now and again with however many people eventually end up there and, you know, discuss things. Or they can like plan, they can have, you know, they can all get Baofangs and say, hey, if things go sideways, we go on channel 4. You know, this is our meeting point. They could even all pitch in and get land together, get a couple acres and put some sort of, you know, put a shipping container on it and start stocking it with supplies and everything they'll need, and, you know, keep it locked up, and whatever you want to do, no matter how, you know, how far you want to take it, that's up to you. And I think, I don't know, I'd have to look. There's a couple problems I've run into. It's not really problems, but just I think could be done better. For one, I can't verify how many of those email addresses are still valid. I don't know. Some of those people could have died during COVID. I don't know. If you're on the list, you could send me an email at thecontingencyplan@protonmail.com and just say, hey, I'm the point of contact for, you know, whatever, Idaho, whatever, however it's listed on there. And I'm still good to go, still all in, you know, whatever. And, you know, if you're on there and you're like, you know, I don't want to be involved anymore, you could contact me and say, hey, could you take my name off the list? That's fine, either way. I think a lot of people don't know how to find the information, and it's simple. Could it be better? Probably. YouTube's not the right format for a lot of like real back and forth interaction. It's sort of like somebody makes a video, people can comment, you can comment on the comments, but you don't really get notified. It's not a chat group, you know, it's not a place to really discuss things, and so could there be a better place? Yeah. I know there's like Discord and stuff like that. For some reason I have this thing about Discord, I just don't want anything to do with it. Never did. I kind of like tinkered with it once. Like somebody had a Discord and I went on there and I was like, I don't understand it. Like Discord, for whatever reason, makes no sense to me. I don't know how it works. I got frustrated and I never touched it again. You know, there's Telegram, same thing. I don't fully understand how it works. To me, it's very confusing. I don't know. But it's really simple the way it is now. On my videos, most of them, pretty much anyone that I do like this, right, record it, edit it, upload it. If it's a live, most of the lives, they don't... See, YouTube lets you put like a default description in your videos. So every video you make, it just has whatever you put in there for... And mine is all links. It's like, here for the Rumble channel. Go here for this, go here for that. And there's the Contingency Plan website. If you go to the website, you can't miss the Operation Safe Space. Now, I do want to update it. Like I said, have people if they can contact me and say I don't want to be in it anymore, or I knew so and so, he died of the COVID or something, whatever, or I want to pitch in and be the point of contact for my area, and this is the general area I live in. And I would say for most, like a 50-mile radius, maybe 25 to 50. Some people may not want to go 100 miles for a meetup, every now and again, or to work with others. Maybe, I don't know. I personally wouldn't. I would much rather do it closer to home. But the point of it was to get like-minded people in each, area around you, because you don't know those people exist, but they might be like on the exact same page as you, but you have no idea. They may have already started something that you're like, oh, I've always wanted to do that. Well, maybe they'll let you join in, you pitch in financially or however, and get something going. That was the whole point. And I think it's more relevant today than it was even when I started it. I think it's really important now to find like-minded people, because there's like crazy people out there. Like, something happened to people. They're not the same as they used to be. They don't even look the same. And to me, like, I look at people and they don't look like they used to look like. They certainly don't behave like they used to behave. And I think, people are trying to figure out, I've seen some videos online where people are trying to figure out, like, well, what happened to people? Why did they change? I think it's a lot of things. I don't think you can pinpoint this one thing that, like, oh, this is what changed everybody. I think it's a whole lot of things that all add up. But people are not like they used to be. They just aren't. So if you can find somebody who gets it, that was the whole point of Operation Safe Space, was just to find like-minded people because a lot of people that are really into the stuff, they don't like talking about it. They don't want somebody to show up and try and take their stuff, or they just keep it to themselves, which is what I would do, except that I started this channel a long time ago and I kind of got, whatever. I put myself out there to a degree. So if you have any suggestions or anything, and that goes with the other day I was doing a live stream and I said, if you have any suggestions for like videos you'd like to see made on certain topics that I haven't done yet, or maybe there's one that you think I should update or make a new version, whatever, email me and I'll look into it. And I saw somebody on the chat as I was ending the stream. I clicked like end stream and I saw in the comments somebody's like, what's your email? So again, it's the contingencyplan@protonmail.com. You can contact me there for whatever. If it has to do with Operation Safe Space, if it has to do with making videos, if it has to do with you think you'd be somebody that would be interesting to be on a live stream, whatever. I'm always looking for topics and things. I've had people ask me to be like interviewed on their live streams, and I've had to turn them down because I guess the term for it is black-pilled, but I'm like black-pilled. Like, I take it to another level. Like, everything is fake. Like, I don't believe anything I see or hear if it's not like in front of my face. And even that, I would be like, that could be sus as well. And so I'm like, I don't think I'd be a very good guest, because every topic that you brought up, I would just be like, yeah, that's fake. Yeah, that's a lie. That's deception, because that's just how my mind is wired. I see through all this stuff, and I just don't buy any of it. I take God's word when he says that Satan is the god of this world. So why would you get any truth out of the god of this world? You're not. And I mean, I'm all about the hybrids. I think there's a lot of non-humans that live here. Anyway, so I look for some Operation Safe Space updates. I'm gonna try and clean it up so it's more. I don't know how accurate it is anymore. Like, those people said, like, hey, I'll be the point of contact for this city, and I was like, okay, and then that's it. We're done. So I don't know if any of those are like dead links or emails. So I'm gonna do what I can. If you have any suggestions on how to make it more interactive and easier to reach, I mean, it's pretty easy. If you just go to the description of my videos and click the web page or home page or whatever it says, you can't miss it. It's right there, and it's got the whole list of people and the cities. I would definitely like to get that way bigger. Like, I'm not even sure if there's anybody in Texas, and that covers a lot. You could have 50 representatives in Texas just to try and cover the state, you know. And so it's got, 15, 20, maybe. I don't remember. I haven't gone there either in a while. But there's contacts on there, but I don't. It's in my opinion, for what I think is coming, it's not enough, and time is short. I would love to see a bunch of groups all over, get together. And, what you do with that, like I said, it's up to you, your group, once you, get some people and form a group in your area. I mean, I wouldn't recommend, having like a group on the internet, but, that's up to you. I would keep it low key, just amongst the people that are involved. I wouldn't really necessarily tell anybody about it, but that's your call. Like I said, what you do with that group once you guys all find one another and meet up, that's all up to you guys. You can have a potluck once a month and discuss stuff. You can have a fund like dues where you put $50 a month in, everybody does, and then once you get enough money for certain items like solar or a shipping container, or put it towards 2, 3, 5 acres of land, whatever you guys want to do, you do. But I really think, I feel like it's like almost a calling to try and do what I can to get others together. And it's kind of weird because I'm 100% alone. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, and it's just me. And like I said, 13 dogs, 13 chickens, and I don't even know how many cats. Cats are weird. But yeah, so I don't have like a group or a team, but I'm preparing for one. I've been building this place up for 5 years in case somebody shows up that needs help, and the cities are burning and all hell's broken loose. I have a place, but I don't have like a group where we're planning on. I mean, I've got all the radios, but I'm one guy with like 13 Baofangs. So I'm kind of an anomaly, and I'm not really. I live so isolated out here that even if I was like, hey, I'm the representative for this area, there's nobody near me. Like I've said before, the nearest traffic light is over 80 miles away. So it's not like I got, and the people who are out here scattered, around, they're out here for a reason, okay? They don't want to be bothered. They want to be left alone. They've got their preps. They get it, and a lot of them are older. They checked out of society a long time ago. So I don't have like a core group out here that I can, this is our team. This is our tribe. Here's our plans. If this happens, we do this. If this happens, we do that. If you're over here and I'm, you got to meet up, here's how we communicate, and that doesn't exist here. But I know I'm the exception, and most people live way closer to other people. And so there are people that may be like-minded and interested. They just don't know what to do, where to go. They kind of feel like, this sucks, but I don't know what to do. Well, if you get 5 people in a certain area together that didn't know one another existed a month ago, then you can start planning and coming up with some stuff. And like I said, how you run it is up to you. But I just thought it was important. A friend of mine brought it up about the whole thing, and I was like, oh, yeah, I mean, I kind of forgot about Operation Safe Space, even though it's more relevant now, like I said, than before. I've had so much going on, and I'm so busy, putting things on the shipping container and everything else that I'm doing, that, yeah, we need to revisit that and update it. So if you have any ideas, comments, whatever, if you haven't seen it, click on the link for the website in the description and just take a look at it. Maybe there's somebody in your area and you had no idea. All right, take care.